Shalom.
Shalom.
Let's start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Sanitation to the hopeful elect that is pushing this work in the four corners, the highways and byways. Once again, all praises, glory, and honor is due to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Right? This brother Zakaria,
This is Brother Mashak.
Brother Yaramia.
area. Alright, and we're a few brothers from the GMS Guyana camp. Gonna get into a quick lesson, about uh, wisdom, alright, and our gifts. Okay, we're gonna start at Sirach 1 and 19.
Khan, this is Sirach 1 and verse 19. Wisdom raineth down skills, and knowledge of understanding, and exalted them to honor that hold her fast.
So wisdom rained down skill and knowledge of understanding. Alright, you know, some brothers came into the truth, all right, and the most I just multiplied their skills. Some brothers couldn't read, now they could read and speak well. Some brothers didn't know how to drive. The most I bless them with this skill, to give them a job, and amongst other things. All right, and it says, um and the knowledge of understanding. Right, now we understand, people, you know now we understand the words of the Most High. Now we understand the meaning of life, you see, and we conduct ourselves, um, with this knowledge. All right, like men who know better, unlike these men out here in the world. All right, and it goes on to say, and exalt them to honor that hold their fast. And they're going to be the last end of us. All right, it's that honor. All right, the kingdom, the glory, you see, once we hold fast to this truth. All right, but the point is, as a brother that comes into this truth, you got to constantly be learning. All right, you got to constantly be learning new things. Some brothers came in this truth speaking one language. Most I bless them, and now they could speak two or three languages. You see, all these are things, tools and skills that the Most I give us, uh, for walking this truth and for walking this life. You see, all right. Um, it's Sirach 4 and
All right.
17.
This is Sirach 4 and verse 17. And it reads, For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline.
Yeah, so it says, first she will walk with him by her crooked ways. Meaning what? Meaning first you gotta go through the low before you get to the high. You see? And there's the reason why a lot of these other camps ain't got the truth, because they don't want to go through the low. All right? They want money. They want to sell out for money. That's why you see these other camps like Shikari and ISUPK and IUIC. All right, you see them, they're on the street, they're preaching, they all flashy and what's not. All right, and they ain't got the truth. All right, this because they don't want to endure the forced walk with wisdom. Right, which is the crooked ways. You see, the low. All right, yeah, go ahead, huh?
All right. This is for 17. It says, For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul, and try him by her laws.
Mm-hmm.
Then will she return the straight way unto him,
Mm-hmm.
and comfort him, and show him her street secret.
You see, and at the end, wisdom gonna teach you new things. All right, that's why, um some of these camps out here, this called GMS bomb and what's not. Just because we taking the straight gate, you know, the position of difficulty, so we could get the secrets of wisdom. All right. Whilst they, going out there all flashy and fancy, and they teaching a bunch of lies. You see? All right. You got to be patient with this thing. All right. You got to be patient. You know, 100% truth just don't come overnight. You see? All right. And whilst you trying to obtain the truth, the most I can try you in all different ways. Sometimes you may not get money for a period. All right. Because why? Because the most I don't want you to be distracted. All right. Sometimes you may not get a woman for a period of time. All right. Because why? The most I don't want you to be distracted. You know, the most I will take away basically, anything that will distract you from this truth, just so that um it could at the end bless you with more than what you had before. All right. First and foremost with the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And then with physical gifts. You see? All right. So, hey, you know, brothers that, catching hell right now, just endure. All right. Because the latter end gonna be better. You see? Right? Yeah, getting wisdom of Solomon.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, and
Slovakia.
verse.
Yeah, go ahead, huh?
This Wisdom of Solomon,
Start
chapter,
11.
chapter 11,
Yeah.
7 and verse 11. It says, all good things together came to me with her, and innumerable riches in her hands.
You see, all good things came to me with her. With her who? With wisdom. You see? You know, like I was telling a brother the other day that, with wisdom you could get anything. You see? Because why? Wisdom teach you understanding. Not only understanding of these scriptures, all right, but understanding of how the world works. You see? And when we read down a little bit more, you can get into that, right? It says, "And innumerable riches in our hands." Now, the riches, all right, the riches that comes first before anything, we can get it in Romans 11 and 33.
Yeah, this is Romans 11 and verse 33. Oh, the depths of riches, both of wisdom and of understanding of Yahweh, how unsearchable are his judgments, and his ways past finding out.
Can read back the first part, huh?
Yeah. Oh, the depths of riches, both of wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh, how, yeah, of Yahweh, how unsearchable is his judgment.
All right. You see the depths of riches of the knowledge of the Most High. There's the first riches that this truth can give you, the understanding of the Most High. You see, and then what? You gotta get self control. All right, because when you get this knowledge, you can misuse it. You see, you have to get a self control. All right. Yeah, go ahead off on the
Yeah,
verse 12. You get precept?
yeah, yeah.
6 and 33.
23.
Yeah, Proverbs 6 and verse 23. It says, "For the commandment is a lamp and a light." Slack, yeah, let's start back. "For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light, and reproof of instructions are the ways of life."
Yeah, this going back to wisdom. See, way of life. This what it teach you. All right. Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon, 7 and 12. I rejoice in them all, because wisdom goeth before them.
You see, wisdom going before everything.
Right.
You see. All right. Go ahead on.
And I knew not that she was the mother of them.
Yeah. That's why, with wisdom, you could get everything because wisdom is the mother of everything. You see?
Verse 13. I learned diligently and do communicate with her liberally, and I do not hide her riches.
Can. So, hey, when you get this knowledge, all right, first you got to seek it out diligently, all right? And it says, and communicate with her liberally, that's freely, all right? It says, and do not hide her riches, all right? So, now when you get this riches, you got to teach others it as well. You got to let be known to brothers, you see? Because going back to the, going back to Romans 11, it says the riches is the knowledge and understanding of the Most High. All right. So you got to put this word out. You can't hide it. All right. Yeah. Go ahead, huh?
It says, for she is a treasure unto men that never faileth, which they that use become the friends of Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
being commended for the gifts that cometh from learning.
Can be friends with the Most High. Hey, what's better than being friends with the Most High? You see, you are great. You you friends with the number one being, you know, in existence. You see? Yeah. Go ahead.
Verse 15, it says, Yahweh had granted me to speak as I would and to conceive.
Salakia.
Yeah.
Read the last line in 14 again.
Verse 14, it says,
Being
being
commended.
commended for the gift that cometh from learning.
Right? Because wisdom, she has a lot of gifts. All right. And when we go down, uh, we can get into some of the gifts. So let me go.
All right. Verse 15, it says, Yahweh had granted me to speak as I would and to conceive as it meet for things that are given me.
Yeah.
Because,
Because like I said earlier, some um, somebody's coming to this thing. They couldn't speak well. All right. Or just generally at a disposition with putting themselves over to people, and now they could speak well. You see, there's scripture in Sirach that says, um, "Wisdom causes the tongue of the unwise to speak dil- delinquently." You see, all right. Those are things that wisdom take your mind out of the gutter, all right, out of a low state, and set you up on high. See, now we got think like kings, all right, and not regular niggas in the world. Osama,
Precept.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 3 and verse 13. It says, "Happy is the man that got understanding." No, slack here. "Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that gathered understanding." Verse 14 says, "For the motion of it is better than the motion of silver, and the gain of fine gold."
Can you see? And why it's set up because you could get 100 gold chains, 100 silver chains, or whatnot, and you're just a dumb motherfucker. You see? But with this wisdom, you got some sense. You see? And the sense and knowledge is way better than anything else this world have to offer.
that's right.
You see? All right? You don't, with this wisdom, you don't, follow suit. You know, you wouldn't worry about following anybody in this world. You just worrying about following Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, you ain't getting caught up with all these fooleries in the world. All right, with these latest Jordans and latest this and latest the. You know, you actually got some knowledge. You see? Yeah, go ahead, huh?
Yeah. It says, just continuing, it says on verse 15, it said, because it is that leadeth unto wisdom and direct the wise. verse 16, for it has,
Yeah,
for
Slacky, read the part, man.
it says, because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom and directed the wise.
Yeah, can. So ultimately, Yahweh, all right, lead men onto wisdom, all right? Because Yahweh Shai said, no one could come to me unless the Father sent him. You see? And Yahweh Shai is wisdom. All right? Yeah, go ahead. Huh?
Yeah. It says, verse 16, for in his hand are both we and our words.
Can you see? For hey, and to show you that there's no such thing as self-will. You see? Because in the Most High hands is every human being and their words. You see?
Yeah, this is Proverbs 20 verse 24. It says, man's going are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own ways?
Can you see? No self-will. Everything is worked according to the will of the Most High. All right. So really and truly, you know, every day that you get up, you got to give the Most High thanks and praise for leading you to this word. See?
Yeah, this verse 16. It says, for in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship.
Right. All wisdom also. Right. Hey, wisdom. One of the most beautiful one, the one that stick out the most to me, is the understanding of It says uh reasoning of men. All right, but we can get into it. All right, because that is what Esau calls psychology. And really and truly, if you understand the reasoning of men, there should be no reason for anybody pull a quick one on you in the world. You see, because out there full of tutors that will supplant you. You see, supplant you at your work site. You know, supplant you in a taxi you take to go to work or a bus or whatever. You know, yeah, go ahead, huh?
Verse 17. It says, for he had given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made.
Can, which is what creation. All right, and it's not the Big Bang theory. All right, we understand how Yahweh Shai, and the elect build the world. You see, that's why, only through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, only the men that are in order, all right, starting with the head apostle, Ella Apostle to R on down, all right, could understand Genesis 1 and 1, all right. A lot of people that hold in this Bible, they can't break down Genesis 1 and 1 correctly. You see? So the knowledge is given to us how the world was made. All right, go ahead.
And the operations of the elements.
Can go ahead.
Verse 18, the beginning, ending, and midst of times.
Can. So yeah, the beginning, the ending, and the midst of times. Right now we in the midst, right? The beginning is the history. That's why we get the history down to a point, you know. That's why some brothers in GMS go really deep with history. To name one, Elder Malcolm from Chicago. Right, he goes real deep with history. See, got brother or a elder in Boston too that goes really deep with history. All right, and we understand these things. But it also says the ending, meaning what? Prophecies, things that are to come. All right, that's why we teach that the mark of the beast is a chip, and certain men can understand it because this knowledge is only given unto certain men. All right, it's given unto us. Go ahead.
It says, verse 18, the beginning, the ending, and the midst of times, the alteration of the turning of the sun.
Yeah, the
And
beginning, the ending, and the midst of time, because we understand everything that happening right now. You see, And there's a big thing when you understand what's happening right now, because if you understand what's going on right now, then you get a fair understanding of what is to come. You see, we understand that Esau ain't gonna just push this shit or War 3 not gonna just pop up just like that. You know, he can do it gradually. You see, go ahead.
It says the alterations of the turning of the sun and the changing of seasons.
Right, and you know, one of the things is that we keep the past. We use the the um the spring equinox to tell when it's the new year. All right, a lot of these camps they going off, because they don't understand seasons. You see, like how the hell a new year gonna start in January when January is cold as hell. You see, it's in the midst of a season, in the middle of winter. All right, the new year really start at the beginning of spring. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. This is Genesis chapter 1 and verse 14. And Yahweh said, let there be light in the firmament of the heavens, and divides the day from the night, and let them be for a sign of seasons and of days and years.
And that's why we could break down the Sabbath. All right, the Sabbath is not Friday, and Friday going into Saturday. I actually surprised of how much people is teach that. You see, something simple as the Sabbath, they can't understand, because this Roman calendar, it wasn't around all the time. Like, they're so stupid to teach that the Sabbath is Friday going into Saturday. Yeah, go ahead. Huh?
This is Proverbs 4 and verse 7. It says, wisdom is a principal thing. Right? Wisdom is a principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and in all wisdom, get it understanding.
Yeah, get understanding. You see, don't just take something that you learn and put it out there. Do you understand what you're teaching?
And it's the same thing going back to the Sabbath with the teaching Friday to Saturday.
Yeah, can, cause they don't
They
understand what
really
they're teaching.
understand it. God.
See? Okay, go ahead.
Can this is Proverbs 12 and verse 8. A man shall be commended according to his wisdom, but he that is of a perverse heart shall be despised.
Can, you know, the scripture said that how a man that is good with the Most High will make even his enemy to be at peace with him. You see, and that is that is our apostles. You see, and by extension us as well. All right, continue.
Yeah, this is Wisdom of Solomon 7.
So like here, right? And it says, and the altering of turning of the sun and the changing of season, meaning what too? Going back to prophecy, all right? Because every time a major prophecy is about to take place, then the Most High sends certain signs using the sun and the moon. You see, right? Like the brothers I said, um, it had an eclipse, right? And it went across America, right? And then there was another one that followed that crossed us, so it was like an X, right? So X marked the spot. That means what? America is about to be taken out. You see?
Mark the death.
Yeah, mark for death.
Destruction.
Destruction.
To be
Kind.
exact.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Acts 2 and verse 19. It says, and I will show wonders in heaven above, and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and notable day of the Lord cometh. All right, and that's just some of the signs, as the scripture has showed, that the sun and the moon is going to show.
Kind.
All right, prophecies.
Yeah. Wait up. See?
Yeah, verse 20, it says
So
the nature of live. Sorry, Salakia 19. The circuits of years and the positioning of stars.
good.
Right. Verse 20. The nature of living creatures and the fieries of wild beasts and the violence of winds.
The nature of living creatures and the fury of wild beasts, you know, zoology.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Going back into to us too.
Yeah, and nowadays, Isa will put you through 5 years of college for get a zoology degree, and you really don't understand nothing about these animals, all right? But with a with a with an understanding that the Most High gave us, we could understand these living creature, all right? Like we know what's the function of these creature. That's why we don't eat some of them, all right? We understand a pig is to clean the earth,
Yeah, the dietary laws.
right? We understand oysters and lobsters and crabs is to clean the sea. You see? But Esau will put you through 5 years of college and you still didn't get this those simple understanding. You see? Okay, go ahead.
It said the violence of winds and the reasoning of men.
Right.
After them tornadoes and the storms and so forth.
Yep.
Yeah. It says and the reasoning of men.
Yeah. And the reasoning of men. All right.
Right. The diversities of plants.
Salakia, right?
Yeah.
It says the violence of winds. All right. Like Esau will come up with a bunch of theory of why this or that happening. Well, we know it's the Most High, who do these things. All right. That's why, on when you check the weather channels and stuff, they don't ever be accurate. All right. Because no one could tell what the Most High is about to do. Well,
So the prophets.
except the prophets. All right. But it says, and the reasoning of men, there's what? Psychology. You see?
Right. It's
And there's a really big thing, because brothers gotta understand other brothers. All right? Because not all brother have the same spirit. All right, all right. We in the one spirit of teaching this word and the one understanding, but we got different flavor. You see, we got diverse gifts. You know, even though we work towards the one goal, but the point is, brothers should really understand, other brothers. All right, and even these two-thirds in the world, right? The more I give we eyes that we could see them for what it is and really understand them. All right.
uh back in Wisdom of Solomon 7 verse 20. It says the diversities of plants and the virtues of roots.
Right. So those going into the herbs. All right. Hey, every camp get at least, two, maybe three brothers, and really every brother in the camp, have some knowledge about the herbs. All right.
This goes back to nutrition.
Right. Nutrition. Right. Like I was watching a video from Amawan Gabar, the elder Amawan Gabar, last night. The name was nutrition and diet. All right, and he was getting into certain things. But the point is, right? Brothers, in this truth, all right. If you in this truth a certain amount of years and you getting these things, it mean that the spirit in dealing with you on a level, all right. Because these are the things that wisdom teaches you, all right. You see, reasoning of men, They wouldn't be talking things out of time, and doing out of time things that might offend another brother. All right. And the herbs, it really helps you taking care of you, because the most I say, I have to take care of this temple, all right? This sleeve, which is known as the body. You got to take care of your body. You got to watch certain things that you eat, because it will put you in a messed up mood. You see? All right. So yeah, brothers that in this truth, a certain period of time, you know, you gotta learn these things. You see? Because if you don't get it, if you don't get these things, it means that wisdom in dealing with you. You see? Yeah, go ahead, huh?
Yeah, verse 21, it says, "And all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know. For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me."
Can. You see? Everything that manifests, we know. All right? We know why the so-called white man is in power right now. Right, Takia?
Can.
Can.
Right? See? We know, these what was it they're setting up right now in Guyana here?
It's setting up the RFID digital technology,
Yeah, we know these stations that going up
cyber
around,
technology.
these cyber technology advancement that going on over here in Guyana. It's for push the RFID chip.
Huh.
See, see, we know why. All right, all these nations, that didn't had nuclear weapon before are getting nuclear weapon now.
That's right.
Can.
See,
World War III is around the corner.
can we know that World War III is around the corner? All right, yeah, go ahead.
It says, "For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is an understanding spirit,
Holy,
holy one, only, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the things that is good, quick, which cannot be
that's it.
littered, ready to do good."
Can, and there's a spirit of wisdom. All right, it says it's holy, which means what? Separate.
Right.
One only.
Uh-huh.
All right, meaning we can teach one word. You
Keep your
can,
eyes single.
right, keep your eyes single. All right, you can't have many contrary doctrines. All right,
One truth.
there's only one truth.
And no lie of the truth.
Can't. Yeah, go ahead,
Can. This is Proverbs 8 and verse 11. It says, "For wisdom is better than ruby, and all things that may be desired are not to be compared to it." Right? I, wisdom, dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of weighty inventions.
See?
But I guess I'm saying no.
No, you go. You
All
got
right,
it.
can you see? Wisdom is more desirable than anything else. See? So I can read back the last part.
Can. Verse 12. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of weighty inventions.
Can find out knowledge of witty inventions. All right. Hey, because Esau is come up with some witty inventions. All right. But most I give we the knowledge to understand these things. All right.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. Continue 23.
23, verse 23 of Wisdom of Solomon 7, it says, "Kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things,
Ooh.
and
You see though, having all power. You see, which is the whole point of this lesson. All right. Wisdom really gives you power. You see? Because what they say in the world, knowledge is what?
Oh,
Power.
You see? Wisdom really give you power, and you may not know it. All right? So this lesson is for the brothers that may not know that wisdom actually give you power, and understanding of things. You see? But it's not to be misused, or it's not to be boastful about. See? You gotta continue taking the low road, all right, to continue with that power, because the most I can snatch it away from you in any second, all right. And when you get yourself in order, you can give it back to you again, all right. And as soon as you slip again, you can take it away again. You see? Somebody get precept? You get precept? Yeah, go ahead, huh?
yeah. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 7 and verse 23. It says, kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power,
Yeah,
overseeing all things.
free from care, all right. We don't really
Care
care about this
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 world.
world,
System.
all right. We don't care about this system, all right. Hey, you got to get to your home, all right. You got to take care of your family, you know just understand that,
But for
all right.
yeah, that's true.
All
Yeah.
right, so you get the the scripture say also, money is a defense.
Uh-huh.
So you have to make your money, all right. But don't get too tangled up in this society, all right.
Don't use the word and abuse it.
Right, use the word but not abuse it.
I got precept here.
You see?
Yeah, this is Proverbs 23:4. It says, labor not to be rich, cause thine own wisdom, because of thine own wisdom.
Read the back, huh?
Yeah, it's Proverbs 23 and verse 4. Labor not to be rich, case of thine own wisdom.
Can labor not to be rich, but really rely on wisdom.
And
You see? Because hey, wisdom gonna do some wonderful things for you,
That's right.
right? You might you might be broke, you know, for 2 months straight, and then wisdom just give you some money out to, like you just can't believe where this money coming from. You see?
and
Yeah, does it on that? Or you
Yeah.
get some more? All right, go ahead, Masha.
Yeah. It says, verse 23, it says, kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things, and going through all understanding, pure and most subtle spirit.
And more substyle spirits.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
We'll choose everything.
Going through understanding um everything, right? That's why we say we have 100% truth, all right. Pure and most subtle. Wisdom is most subtle. You see? Even more subtle than Esau, all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, good, Peter.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, Sirach 1 and verse 26. It says, if thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and Yahweh shall give her unto thee.
Can keep the commandments, because the commandments is in the law, all right.
Yeah. Verse,
So right now we can't keep the law fully, all right, but the commandments we do keep. You see? All right.
verse 27. It says, for the fear of Yahweh is wisdom, and instruction, and faith and meekness are his delight.
Yeah,
Okay?
it can. So in order for you to understand wisdom, or to get wisdom, you have to fear the Most High. See? And you have to be humble. All right. So with the uh, if anybody ain't get anything else, we want to say all praises, glory, and honor is due to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakah,
Rakakwadash.
Kodash.
Want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. You know, Hopefully, this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.